Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Adventures Pack, and welcome back to Melos Machina. We hope that you have had an incredible week. We are back here again to continue this wonderful story in Jowdeck and see what our fantastic group of players here have in store for us today.
Ooh.
It's going to be good.
We have stuff in store?
Stew.
All
The,
right.
the vest. The vest
That's right.
is
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is in
We're
the store.
gonna go get
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and our clothes.
Oh, and our clothes, right?
Oh, it's been like 3 episodes of shopping, like in a row.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
that we do now.
Our shopping list is not complete yet either. So.
It's true.
Yeah. This is our show now.
This is it. This is the show.
Shopping and eating food.
This is just
Yeah.
the real housewives of Jowdeck
What this is it really tells you what our fantasy is, which is doing nothing and eating food
and having expendable income.
and having
Yeah.
incredible income. That's our
Hey,
fantasy.
this is a
I mean-
high fantasy game, not an insane fantasy game.
But we can roleplay having those things. I think that's fair. That's fair.
Well, before we get into this, everyone, hello, welcome back in. Really quick, all the normal stuff to say. If you are watching and you're liking this, or if you're listening and you're liking this, feel free to give us a follow, like, subscribe, all those fantastic places. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to us on Twitch. You can also head on over to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/adventurespack. And for all of our subscribers and patrons, we're going to be heading over to our Discord for a post-show hangout to talk about whatever is going to be happening today. So if you want to be a fly on the wall and hear us talk more just like this and out of character, then head on over there.
That way? Now I feel nervous.
Like this. Out of character.
That's
On that
exactly
note,
how it is.
The only other announcement that we have is a word from our sponsor. A word from our sponsor, Gauntlet Candles.
Why, thank you, Scott. Cantrip candles. You can go. Hi, everyone. Thank you to our continuing sponsor of Melos Machina, Cantrip Candles. Cantrip Candles makes soy-based candles, hand-poured here in Los Angeles, at their Los Angeles shop in Hollywood. They smell great. They're meant to immerse you into your tabletop role-playing game. And if you are sitting there at home wishing that you could be more immersed into tonight's episode and possibly last week's episode, maybe burn some Blackhound Tavern. Because we're going off the rails tonight. It's going to be great. So yes, you can go to cantripcandles.com or go to their storefront. Use our code APAC for the time being to get a discount on your next order. Thank you again, Cantrip Candles.
They're the best.
Yeah,
Blackout
the best.
Tavern's my favorite.
Notes of whiskey and firewood.
It's like fire.
Adventures Emporium might also work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was last week's suggestion.
Fair.
That's
Can't
my,
double
one
up
of my
then.
second favorite.
Yeah.
I gotta get
Yeah.
with the program here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Back to you, Scott.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think that's everything that we have. So, without any further ado, are you all ready for tonight's episode of Melos Machina?
I do.
Oh, I've been ready for a whole week.
Let's go. Well
That
then.
is surfing.
When last we met our adventurers, they had finished up their trades at the Silver Palm and headed away from the massive structure into the open central market to peruse the area and find a late afternoon, early evening snack before heading off to get a full meal. Finding a couple of local vendors, you had some veggies and meats on fried on a stick, and some mugs that were disposable in many ways of some lovely drink. We're heading off with your cart finally to drop it off so you wouldn't have to be lugging it around, taking up the roads. Upon coming to the cart parking garage, you found a stall and made your way to the back to sample the Mistfall Cidery Ale that you had purchased in a way to discern if it had been tampered with yet.
Yeah.
Having found, opening up the cask, you found that it tasted just as good as you remember, and were able to confirm that using the jug that Icon had purchased while in Gladen. Then sealing up the cask with some magic, you discussed the possibility of thievery, of dirty dealings, and exactly all manner of wrong that could be going. Unfortunately, fortunately,
Could be.
in direct earshot of your young ward, Zachary.
He is our
I
ward.
don't like that.
Ours?
He's all of our ward.
The wide-eyed boy, realizing how much is going on in this world, headed back with you to the Tired Tinker, where you left him with Chauncey to look after him, as you made your way to Off the Rails. Taking a riverboat or a canal boat and winding your way through this ever-growing city as your field of knowledge of the city expanded, you came across a large hangar-like structure with a second story built into the top of it, with the signage out front showing that this was indeed where you were planning on going. Opening up the door, inside you found a large room. Tables are lining the walls to both the left and the right, and directly down the center are two circular tables. Within the center of these circular tables are pillars that head up towards the ceiling. And up in the ceiling is a mass network of small railways in which trays are skidding across and heading to the tables. In the far back of the room, you can see a massive sign written in chalk. It seems to be the menu for the day, with numbers associated with each one of them. And as you enter on in, to the right you see a small host counter or welcoming stand. It appears empty, but very quickly you see a rather tall young human wearing a red tweed vest and black button shirt underneath, the small gold chain coming out from the pocket.
Of course, very on theme.
As he rushes over with a collection of plates and trays, says, "Evening, be right with you," and rushes up to the counter, places it on the edge, and hits a small ding on the counter, and the tray goes up into the ceiling. Welcome on into Off the Rails. Is it just the five of you for tonight?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, 5 to dine, please.
5 to 9, fantastic. Looking, he turns to look. I've got a corner table there in the back corner. You are welcome to it.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Quite welcome.
Show us the
Is
way.
this your first time with us?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful. Simply decide what you would like. Take a look at the menu. You'll see the small switchboard on your table. Just once you've chosen, flip the switch for however many orders. Place the money on the tray, and your food will be coming to you. Enjoy. And with that, he just gestures in. Doesn't seem to have any motion of taking you to your table.
Okay. Let's go.
You said you wanted to be on roller skates. I wouldn't put it past him. I will try and guide the group towards our table and not.
As we're all just
Yeah.
Come on now, let's not crowd the door. Come on. Offer people who want to dine too.
As you're walking back, most of the tables are fairly full. You can see one of the two tables in the center with one of the pillars is empty. But of the 8 other tables, aside from the empty one in the back, the rest are, 9 other tables, the rest are packed. As you make your way over, there are small table kind of jutting out from the wall, 2 chairs on either side, one at the head. Seated at this table, you can see that the rails that run down the side of the wall have a cart that is indeed resting on the table itself. And behind the rail is, as described, a small board with little toggles and a number next to it. The numbers are 1 through 10.
I would like to take a moment to just. Is this all mechanical, or is there an arcane component to this too? Like, is this just like? Or...
That's exactly what it's like.
Sure.
There's a little trumpet.
You can give me an investigation check to look around this and see what's going
Yeah,
on.
I'd like to do the same.
Yeah, of
actually.
course.
I'm just
Oh, I am so enthralled. That's an 8.
That was a natural 20.
Yo!
that's a
As you're looking around, I mean, obviously, there are a lot of mechanical pieces to this, but not really getting able to get behind the switchboard. You're unsure as to exactly what else might be going on.
For a 26.
Andy with 26. You're looking at this, and obviously, this is right up your alley as a combination of both mechanical and magical components. This is almost, in essence, if you think about it, a pure representation of a perfect marriage of the Melos. It is machinery and magic that is creating this together. As you're investigating the rails, you're not seeing anything that would cause them to propel. There's no chains that would hold them. So that's where you think that
That's where the
a degree of
magic-
arcane might be involved.
Okay. Wow.
This is incredible.
Yeah. It seems like.
A one-of-a-kind dining experience.
You're right.
Yeah.
Should we check out the menu, or just stick with our pattern of behavior and just flip all the switches?
Oh.
And there's 10. 2 meals. Family style.
Yeah.
I guess we should.
Let's consider cost at the moment. I don't necessarily want to order
Right.
one of
Okay.
everything if we are spending a gold apiece. Gold apiece per plate.
I think we could probably cover, but sure. We can
No,
do it.
let's look at the menu.
Just flip them randomly.
I mean, I'd be happy with whatever comes.
I think all of us would.
Yeah, from the seat at the table, can we see the chalkboard from this angle?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're gonna peek out to get a good angle at it, but you can see this chalkboard is mounted essentially where the second story would begin. So everyone in the room, from some vantage point, is able to see this. You can see today written down under the food section. 1, shepherd's vegetable pie, 9 copper. 2, rabbit and potato plate, 16 copper. 3, turkey leg and breast with Brussels sprouts, 2 silver. 4, sticky pudding, 5 copper. Under the drinks section,
Yeah. Okay.
tap ale. Number 5, 1 mug, 3 copper pieces. Number 6, 6 mugs, 16 copper pieces. Number 7, 12 mugs, 30 copper pieces. Wine. Number 8 is wine for 2 silver pieces for a pitcher. Number 9, Codrell whiskey, 4 silver pieces a glass. Number 10, cider, 1 silver piece a glass.
Silver piece, say.
So cider is 10. Okay.
Shepherd's pie, rabbit potato,
Turkey leg and
vegetables.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like a turkey leg, please.
Yeah, I think the rabbit and potatoes, and I definitely want a sticky pudding.
Oh yes, yeah. Can't skip that.
So how do we
And
order multiples?
Isn't that
on the
on the-
switch?
Flip or up down?
oh no?
That would make sense to
Morse
me.
Code? Does it seem apparent?
Sure. As you look at it, you can see of the 10 toggles, there's a number associated with each. They all appear in the down position. And at the very base, there is a final toggle under all of them, and it just says ready.
Oh, so you do exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
We could put in each order, hit the ready, and
Okay.
do
Oh, I
another
see.
order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. 30 mugs of ale. Seems like a bit much.
I don't
I don't-
think
Yeah,
there's that
that's a
many of
lot.
us.
They seem to be suggesting
I mean,
a type of dining experience with
Mhm.
that for sure.
Definitely, definitely.
I'm kind of curious about the whiskey, but
Oh,
I know we
me
should
too.
try the cider.
I mean, cider. Finish with the whiskey.
Okay.
We have so much of the cider.
Okay.
Really
have-
just need the sample.
Left one detail out.
How are we supposed to make our decision?
Next to the switchboard, higher up in the wall, there is a tap.
Oh, so it just comes out?
Just 30 mugs of ale just coming out of
Oh, does it like funnel what you want into
Yeah,
the...
it must
Oh.
give us like the glasses and then we
Fill it
put it under the tap.
That is so much fun. Why are not all restaurants like this? I just want to play with
I
everything.
know.
know. Would you like to flip the switches?
Oh,
Yeah, Dorothy should flip the switch.
Oh,
in.
this
think
is so
so.
much pressure. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what am I flipping?
Okay, let's, I guess, go. You go first.
We're ordering.
Yeah.
I would like rabbit.
That was number 2, right?
That's
Uh-huh.
right.
Number 2.
And as you go up to toggle, it appears to go up. You flip it, and the word glows, or the number glows, Foom. And the toggle goes back down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you want to
Whiskey.
I'll go to what number was whiskey?
9.
We go to number 9
And the number Foom glows.
And cider.
and cider.
Foom.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm. Oh, you go first. I'll go
No,
last.
you go.
I'm going to have the I'm going to have the turkey leg,
As you flip the switch. Foom.
and I am going to I'm also going to have a cider and a whiskey. Very curious about that pudding too, but I'm starting running low on money. Oh well, I'm going to get the pudding.
Do it.
What was the last one?
A pudding.
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 Yeah, you're gonna tell us how much this was. I couldn't write all of this
Oh,
down.
yeah, working on this. I can remember. It was
A
The-
rabbit, a
the
cider, and a
rabbit.
whiskey,
Yeah.
please.
Rabbit, cider, whiskey,
Cool.
turkey, pudding,
pudding,
cider, whiskey.
Cool.
Okay.
Welcome
I'm-
to restaurant etiquette in D&D.
You said a lot of things, and we need to
Got
write all of them
excited.
down.
I've got a 5 high top.
All of us are actually hungry.
Uh,
Got
I'd
tired.
like the rabbit, which was 2,
Yes.
and then the pudding, which was 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then the whiskey, which was 9. Okay.
All right. I must try this shepherd's pie.
Ooh.
And there was the Brussels sprouts, I believe.
Yeah,
number-
that was
number
the
4?
turkey.
With the turkey leg.
Yeah.
Will somebody split the turkey leg?
I'll share one with you.
All
Yes, I
right,
don't
all
mind
right.
to.
Because I
Get
definitely don't need the
additional
full leg and the
turkey
second
leg.
box. So,
And
Um,
then this turkey leg.
and then of course the sticky pudding, and then the cider. Perfect. That's me.
And then I will, finishing off the turkey leg and Brussels with you, I will try the rabbit. And I will take 2 portion, a pitcher of wine.
Pitcher of wine. Okay. And then I guess I press done, right?
Yeah.
The ready flip.
Ready,
Yeah.
flip?
Do we need some money?
Oh, we have to put
We
the
have to
money
put money
down
in.
first.
Right.
Working on it.
Doing the math
Yeah.
in my head. Well, how much?
Oh
gold?
yeah, totally just thinking about how much I owe, and I'd
Carry
like
the
a godlike
silver.
figure in this world to tell me how much.
We'll go to the shrine of the Melos.
The Melos will tell us.
How much
I
dinner
forgot my
is?
PIN number.
Just to keep
Melos.
To keep things simple, I'll handle dinner tonight.
Okay, I can get it back to me.
No, that is
No,
so
no,
kind of
it's-
you, Finn.
It's
Thank
the least
you.
I can do. It's,
Thank you, Finn.
You all just spend a lot of money on clothing, and
Okay,
I spent some money on
Fine,
ale, but
it's
or
such a
cider,
gift.
but
I'll take it. Thank you.
The food is my favorite kind of
Yeah.
gift. So
Can you still have the flagon purchase.
No money.
That's a bad.
Okay.
Oh, I left my wallet. It's in my other character.
Go look at the other sheet.
Pulling it out.
It's okay. I'll just silver palm you later.
Hey.
We'll just auction it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the quickest I've ever seen anybody order anything.
I
Ever.
know.
If only we could order
I know.
fantasy food all the time.
Mhm.
I know. It's so much easier.
Oh, that works out really well. 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 copper.
What?
Hey, look at that.
Or
Thank you.
222 copper.
Thank you.
You know what?
godlike
Let's do it in
figure.
copper.
Oh my word.
You're gonna do it all in copper?
No, we're definitely doing
Okay.
it
Like
by
that's
the
the-
gold,
there's
silver,
that.
and-
Yeah. 86 that table. Like start spitting in our food.
I hope it's all automated on the back end too, with the money counting side.
I don't know about that.
Is there a place to put the money? Like, is that the,
On the
like,
tray.
Tray,
That's
right?
what
tray.
you said,
Gonna
yeah.
shoot up, so I count down to 222.
And
Place
the
it on.
the tray, as it stands, does have a small sort of silver.
Like
what's
a
it-
cup?
yeah,
Yeah.
Put it
a
in?
plate cover
Yeah,
for discretion.
Sure.
great.
Okay. That's,
Oh, the money discretion.
Discreetly
Oh.
place the money on the platform.
one wouldn't
Put
want
the cap
to
back
be-
on.
Now you can do the ready switch. Ha. Ha
All right, as you click the ready switch, the,
We all stare.
the words that had been pulsing just stop glowing, and the cart just goes up and very quickly gets lost within the mesh of carts and trays until one that might be yours goes up into a hole in the ceiling where all of the railways are converging.
That's
Now I feel bad for leaving Zach. But
I
also,
know
this
he would
I
have
didn't.
loved it,
He would like it.
but well,
We need
he
to be
is
so
going.
much more aware.
I know, but he will be staying here, so he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
always
yeah.
come back. But I know we had a talk. Look, I don't think he'll say anything, but I agree that we should be a lot more careful because I think overall it's good for him to know what he's getting into, but at the same time, yeah,
It's just still so young.
I know it's a lot.
And
I'm
even
much-
we shouldn't have to see what we've seen.
I know.
It's true.
I mean, that's kind of what I told him, to be honest. But, yeah, we should be more careful.
I'm much more worried about the cart attendant than Zach. What if they were employed by the Silver Palm? We were pretty open.
It's a risk that we took. And now we'll have to deal with that.
Take a lot of risks these days. Well, it seems like a loud enough place that if we're quiet enough, maybe we can talk, but let's be mindful.
Yeah.
Do the other tables seem to be boisterous or more conservative in the dining
It's
experience?
Fairly, it is somewhere in between. It is not a quiet dining. The sound of the rails, though they do dim every so often, as it is mostly when people are ordering food. But with the sound of the carts, volume seems to be a little bit higher in the room to counteract it, which brings the whole level just maybe a step or two up from a regular dining experience.
So there's a din throughout the whole.
Exactly. It's not rowdy by any
Okay.
means, but it is definitely louder.
A healthy murmur.
Mhm.
And are the tables, like, close together?
Fairly. They're about 10 feet apart within
Okay.
room for people in between.
Okay.
From where you're seated in the corner, there's one table to the right of you, 10 feet away, and one table ahead of you along the wall, another 10 feet away. But those are the only ones that are within.
Okay.
And at this point, you hear as 3 carts lower. The first one lowers down, hits where it had been resting on the table before, and then suddenly skirts out onto the table itself. as the second one follows, and the third. Now 3 trays on your table with little wheels on them. One with cider, one with little glasses of an amber liquid, and one with a pitcher of wine and 2 glasses. And then you see the little toggle that says ready begin to glow.
I'm gonna take a whiskey and cider.
Yeah,
I would
I'll take
also.
my whiskey.
Grab a pitcher of wine and a glass.
Got the cider.
We hit it again.
I think
Only
we
if you
can
want something
cue.
again.
I think we can cue the food when we are ready, possibly.
But what do we do with these trays? The guy when we were coming in was grabbing. Maybe he'll come grab them.
Or we hit ready and they go.
That
Now
is-
he didn't have trays; he only had plates and.
Oh, okay.
He was bussing.
I think we just
Gotcha.
left it. We could hit it if you want.
It can't hurt, right?
We didn't order
Let's
anything,
try.
so.
You want to do the honors?
Hey.
And as soon as you toggle it, the last card first,
Called it.
Send it back.
and your table is clear.
The trick is I just want to keep ordering.
That's how they get you.
That is.
Well,
Yeah.
we're assuming this is Mist Falls.
Yeah, but it
I
might
think we're
not
assuming it's a
be.
competitor.
Yeah.
Let's find out how it is.
Cheers.
As you sip, it is smooth, it's crisp, and dry on the back end, where it almost feels though your mouth. It's not tart, but it's almost like it has tannins.
A little stringent.
Not like anything you tasted. Well, the only thing you tasted from Mist Falls. Not like that at all.
Think this is somebody else's cider.
I think so.
It is good.
It's still very good. But it's different.
Less sweet.
How's the wine?
Wine, quite robust.
Robust.
It is. Yeah, it almost to the verge that if it had any more body to it, you'd have to chew it.
All right.
Oh, but wine.
Yeah. It's got heavy.
Aaron's just gonna kind of like hold the sip in his mouth. Is like, I've had better,
I'm sure.
but I'll finish it.
An menu with only one wine.
Yeah. Not lots of selection.
But, I mean, it is not bad cider, but
Certainly not Mistfall, but
maybe we'll find out who
Is it-
manufactures this one.
Also, pear, or is it something else?
Sommelier roll.
yeah, what is it? What is that?
Hatred?
I would actually, yeah, if you are
Like,
if you are discerning the make of the art, you're not proficient with brewer's supplies. are
no,
you?
but an herbalism kit.
Also, like,
I would give that to with an herbalism kit, and I would let you.
Johnny Appleseed knows.
I would let this be a survival check.
A survival check.
Mhm.
Okay.
You die.
Let's use the rose dice. 18.
18.
Oh,
Pretty good.
Yeah,
the
it's
Chianti.
you haven't had a variety of experience with ciders, but you certainly, when you were told that the Mistfall cider was with pears, immediately it made sense.
Oh my god.
And in your mind, you've eaten apples before. This is absolutely an apple-based beverage.
Mm.
I'm getting notes of apple.
We don't
I should
know-
hope so.
Yeah, I don't know why I had a feeling that it was apple instead of pear. But
So somebody does directly compete with Mistfalls.
Yeah,
We need to find out who, if this is even a
maybe.
factor into the problems that they're facing.
Yeah, maybe they're threatened out of, I don't know, the uniqueness of the pair.
I don't know. I mean, it just sounds like business competition,
Dirty business, but
potentially, but
Yeah.
we're not the Silver Palm.
No.
well, we did see 2 other bars on the transaction list, so it could also be the Cliffside or the Oak. We shouldn't jump to any conclusions here, but we should find out who manufactured this particular cider.
Right. It's either either the producer of the cider or the establishment selling
Right.
the
Maybe.
libations.
Yeah.
I bet
Maybe.
it's the people making the cider.
Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have to venture into new drinking establishments in order to figure this problem out.
Oh no, I hate it.
It's a terrible part of the job.
Way better than chasing down half-mechanical dog beasts.
That's for sure.
That was like last week.
It's been a very long several weeks.
Right next door to Zachary, there's a body in a trunk.
It's not even in a trunk.
We couldn't
It's
fit
just
it.
on the floor.
Oh,
I
good.
need to get the trunk.
It's wrapped up,
It's
and
wrapped up.
Duathi fixed it up again,
Good.
freshened it up.
No, just prevented it from getting grosser. But I should get the trunk for it.
What are we? We're bringing it back, right?
We,
Okay.
yeah. We've got to put it on a train. That's how we're getting to Sarah's Manor.
And I think we need to put it in a trunk if we are going to put it on a train.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well,
Is there? Okay. Your bosses.
Uh-huh. Bosses is a weird word.
yeah.
Professors.
Maesters.
Yeah.
Mentors. Maesters. Okay.
Maesters.
Yeah.
Your maesters. When you find contraband or
Mhm.
whatever, do they train you in shipping of said contraband, getting it back to home base?
We can go up to the people on the train and be like, this is things for the maesters, and then they'll just let us put it on
Like
the
property of Adergog.
No. I think we're supposed to keep them in our possession.
train. But also that would keep us, at the very least it lets us put it on the train when we are also on the train.
Well, yes, that should be okay. I don't think we just load it up and just hope
No.
it gets there.
No,
No,
I
but-
assume we are still on
No.
the train.
But like, is there a point where we're gonna have to disclose the goods that we have? And
I don't
then we're
think
just gonna
until
have a
we-
dead creature wolf mechanical body that we have to explain.
Well, once we get to the age of God.
Yeah, I
certainly,
don't-
Um,
I don't think until then we'll have to.
right. We could send some messages and let them know what we
Yeah.
have, but ultimately, I think goal's still to get there.
I think we have the skills among us to obfuscate and act with certain discretion in order to reach the
Yeah.
city without any issue. If that's your
Yeah.
concern, I can.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
to be honest, the least we involve others, better.
Agreed.
Yeah, I just figure if we're headed back to the city, don't they care about what comes into the walls?
I think official business is official business, and well, it's up to these two to convince any city guards otherwise.
Would we know of any security protocols of like loading cargo on the trains or getting them into the city that we'd have to circumvent or address?
You remember that past conservators and lord keepers would simply arrive back at the Adergog with their found items. But in the past, it's always felt far more archaeological, less
They're old
yeah
things.
And less active investigations.
yes
Yes.
Absolutely horrifying.
The Jovuk told me to keep pulling on the threads, so I think we're doing the right thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's with the Cracker Jack.
Right. I didn't tell him about the body.
Probably don't need to yet.
I didn't really tell him about the crackerjack either, just
Yeah.
contraband. But ultimately, we'll keep it safe. That's the job.
Yeah.
Let's try this whiskey, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is Codral whiskey?
Mhm.
Mm. And how was it served?
Small glass, couple of inches tall, and it's got a wide mouth. It is somewhere between a shot glass and a rocks glass. There's a full serving of it.
How easy?
It has a decent kick. Give me a quick con check.
Oh
You can't.
Oh, no, we're using this one for con. Check. 10.
Same.
Same.
I was waiting to see what they did.
It is like a punch to the chest, but not enough that it knocks the wind. It doesn't send you there. Like you feel that.
The warm.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But it's also it is invigorating.
Yeah.
Just want to kick
So
something.
it feels more like shot whiskey than sipping whiskey.
It is definitely something. If you had if you had a taste for this kind of whiskey, you might be able to just sip on it.
Right.
But it feels as though it could fulfill either avenue depending on your
Okay.
tastes.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
Out of the
Whiskey.
of the whiskey.
Go ahead and give me that contract.
Watching. Watching with
Enough.
like.
Yeah, Duothy is gonna be fine.
What is this?
Oh, only a 7 actually. It took me by surprise.
Yeah, it kind of does. This is by far the strongest thing that you have had before.
Bless.
Oh,
Aaron finishes. I'm gonna finish my first glass of wine. Reach for the pitcher. Just gotta muscle through it. Just gotta muscle through it.
At which point, 3 more trays coming down. These ones fairly heavily laden with your meals. The 3 courses of rabbit, 1 pie, and 2 plates of the turkey leg breast and Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
Wait,
so
but
the
they
pudding will
cook
come
turkey
last.
because it is dessert.
Yes.
Okay.
I just, since it was among the meals, I didn't know.
This
I didn't
is
know either. It just sounds. I don't know what it is. I just want to eat it.
so clever. Like
I
it just
know.
knows. I mean, we put it in.
I feel like something. I don't know. This just above table is like this was one of the kind of it's not like a hoity-toity, it's not fancy. But it seems like something like this would maybe be expensive to put together.
It definitely could have taken. Yes. This isn't something that every place is going to have.
Right.
Right.
This definitely took time and money.
But it's more like everyday people, like that. From what people told us, it seemed like more everyday people came in here.
This is like the guy who had a pet project
Yeah,
and built a robot in his garage.
right. I mean, from what I can tell, it's very much a combination of mechanics and magic.
Did you think there's a guy in the back that's like pulling the strings, or it's the Melos just
No.
no, it's not time for dessert
It-
yet?
I don't know.
I mean, the way the carts run isn't the mechanical part. So there's some sort of arcane aspect to it.
Do you think they can see us right now?
Who? Whoever is.
Whoever's pulling the strings. Obviously, the Melos can see everything.
Right. I don't know.
Maybe we do mind our discretion.
In case
Just
of
in
what?
case.
I mean, we have to do the toggles and stuff, so I don't know if anyone's watching us. Otherwise, we'd just be able to say our orders into the ether and they'd just appear.
The cider's
No.
not that good.
No.
I sort of have a question.
Okay.
That sort of relates to this, I think, and I don't want to, offend anybody with it, but since we got here, there are people bowing to Chauncey.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I noticed? Okay.
You have, yeah.
On the first walk through
Oh,
the
right,
streets on
yeah.
the way, yes.
Is there, I mean, obviously Chauncey is very special, but I don't understand.
Well, I think above table, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's in a way Chauncey is, for lack of a better word, a personification or manifestation of the Melos,
That's a good way to put it.
of a combination of arcane and mechanical. So I think because it's rare, that maybe, people just see it as a not necessarily like a thing to worship, but
There's a certain reverence for sure.
exactly.
So it's all part of the Melos, and some people take it more seriously, and well, I mean, we've talked about it. We don't know what drives Chauncey or Pal even for that matter, and if you consider perhaps there's a soul in that core shard, then well, that is something to be reverent of.
I guess all of this made me think about it. It's sort of been sitting with me all day, all of you talking about the Melos. There was that, and there was something that the captain said when he was taking us up the locks, something about people worshipping machines. Is that kind of what it means? Is that they're worshipping the core inside? Or I
Well, the core is what makes it work. I had built Chauncey a long time ago, but
the core made him Chauncey.
yeah,
But also in the cities, technology is just part of
it's
our
more common.
way of life. It's
Yeah.
it's so integrated into the way we go about things, the transportation system, the trains,
Well, and it seems to be here more than any of the other places that we
absolutely
went to, but not to the same extent that the cities are.
But there's everyday kind of technology, and then there's something special like Chauncey, and well, when you're not used to, when you see this all the time, this is obviously not driven by the same thing Chauncey is.
No.
Mm-mm.
So it's I don't know, something more significant perhaps.
He was
Yeah.
talking about it with the lock specifically, he said you can understand where people would worship it.
Well, I think in just the grandeur.
That lock was amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I have already noticed. I know I asked about the what was in the shrine, and I've already noticed that here, I've been able to ask everyone a lot of questions, sort of everywhere else, and I don't think that's going to be the case here as much. I think that it is going to be more unusual, that I didn't understand what he meant. Which is fine. I imagine a lot of people who live here have always lived here. Just it's very different to me.
Yeah, I think people who live in small towns are more used to explaining their way of life. So they're more open to the curiosity where maybe bigger places like this. It's just not the same feel.
I didn't get the impression anyone was mad at me so much as they didn't understand what
Right.
I was asking
Yeah.
about, which is okay.
I think they're not used to people not understanding the way they live.
Okay.
But you can always ask us questions.
That's sort of why I am asking instead of asking anybody else. So, thank you.
Of course.
To me, it's well, I think we all felt that sense of awe as we rose through the rocks, and
Yeah.
for some, awe is a hard emotion to wrestle with, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's easier to just direct that into reverence.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I mean, it literally moved a ship
Yeah,
hundreds of feet vertically. That's powerful.
even in
Yeah.
Steros Mena, that is an anomaly.
Yeah. Also, sorry, you go ahead, Aaron.
Remember, Dorothy, the Melos represents to many people out here a new chance at life after the Ashen Veil fell. Many of them see them as saviors of the current age, and in a way, Chauncey represents the harmony of machine and magic manifested in a moving creature with its own sentience. So for somebody who spent their entire life out here seeing this wonderful place as the extent and the culmination of that, to then witness something from Saros Manor, the hub, center of the Melos, strikes a chord with many. I think that particular notion is what I caught in the people's eyes as they witnessed Chauncey. Some of them may have never even conceived of the fact that the Melos could enact such great wonders.
I completely understand, and thank all of you for explaining it to me. I know the first time I saw Chauncey, I stared at him for a very long time because he's
Precisely my point.
Yeah.
You now have the unique perspective of witnessing what you felt the first time you saw Chauncey in others when they see him, and you can share in that reverence with him
Yeah.
and share in that exuberance if you like.
It's
And there's
very
nothing wrong with
exciting.
also educating others on your experience through it all as well.
Yeah.
Just
I-
because you ask questions doesn't mean that it lessens your importance in education. So,
Oh, sure. And thank you.
yes, of course.
Mostly it's just it was the way they bowed to him. And it didn't strike me as bad or anything. It's just it seemed
Yeah, I think it's just like Aaron said, a different kind of reverence.
exactly.
And you experience the world differently than they do, so that's how they kind of pay their respects. I don't know.
That's my assumption.
Yeah.
But thank you all for being so patient and answering my questions. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Anytime.
I'm going to eat my turkey leg. Red Fahrenheit.
Mm.
Yeah, is there cutlery? Is there like plateware?
There is. So the plates came out with the cutlery in
settings.
tow.
Settings, okay.
Right, we don't have to Lady and Tramp this.
Turkey leg. Turkey leg.
That'd be awkward.
I'm using mage hand for the turkey leg for sure, so I can
Oh,
have
yeah.
rabbit.
It is that like just amount of greasy where you're gonna need to wash up afterwards, but
sure.
it's not drip.
I
Amazing.
will not use mage hand because that is beneath its use.
Wow.
I go at it with my fingers.
I'm Trump.
Full on split jaw. And
No. Yeah. Primal ravage.
Yeah,
Whole turkey leg.
One bite.
yeah.
It's the best use of a cantrip.
Yeah.
Easy
exactly.
eating.
Yeah. Erin, we can talk more about this later. And I don't know why I keep forgetting, but I think the talk about the train and the lock and all of that. Your parents had involvement in the building of the train.
Not necessarily in its construction,
Okay.
but they supervised the safety of those involved in constructing the trains,
That's so cool.
as well as the arcane research of the worlds after the Ashen Veil. It fell upon, well, they can tell their story better than I can, but yes, it was a large part of their life. And the Melos was incredibly grateful for their contribution.
Well, when we get to the city, I'd love to talk to them about it.
Is the train how we're getting from Venture to Sarasmina? Is that
Is there
confirmed?
Above table, I believe that was the plan. Yeah.
there's a train from here to?
There
Yeah.
is there is travel from here to Sarah's Manor. However, none of you recall seeing an actual train station.
Right.
So
We'll have to talk.
We
to
can ask
somebody.
about
Okay.
I don't
Right.
remember them saying though that we could get the train here.
I think so. But out of curiosity, when you say they supervise the safety, was that like providing security or making sure that the arcane power was harnessed safely?
It was a combination of efforts. My mother being adept at divining the future, aided in potential casualties or concerns that the efforts of constructing a connective system like this could have to endure. And my father aided in the protective elements that needed to ensure guest safety and construction safety. So the harmony of their efforts was integral to the forethought and the execution of protecting the rail.
Very much looking forward to meeting both of
Yeah.
you. If they won't be upset about unannounced guests.
Oh no, I'm sure they would like guests, yes.
We can send a message ahead if that would be polite.
I can reach them if needed.
Did your parents deal much with the Vulcan Council in their work?
Not that I'm aware of. It's entirely likely, but it's not something they openly discussed during that part of their life. I'm not sure, really.
Just seems we're about to be rubbing shoulders with an ex-Voltaean council member.
That definitely struck me when you brought that up, Finn, and
It's, you mean Janet, right? Yeah.
it could reach. It could reach back to my family. I don't know. It's an individual that I'm not familiar with right away, so
The real question is he an ex-member in good standing or not?
that is my main curiosity. That is my utmost.
For my familial connections, do people often leave the Voltaire Council, or is it more of a lifetime appointment kind of situation?
give me a history check.
Sure thing.
Can I also get in on this? Because is this a name that I would have heard before I left?
For Janet?
Yeah.
You can give me a history check as well. Yeah.
22.
22. Okay.
24.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
As far as the Voltian Council, and leaving it, it is very much an elected position.
Yeah.
And it is being a member of the Voltian Council is not a life appointment, but it certainly is a long appointment. And though it is elected, there is also a passing down, so members can then bequest their appointment to another, and essentially put them in the forefront of this election.
Nepotism.
Just big. No.
There was a spot waiting for me.
So,
And Lord Janna, there are many members to the council. It's much more like a parliament. Even.
Like the Galactic Republic in Star Wars.
Yeah, smaller than that.
but it,
large.
it's not like a governing body. It's not like a
Freaking galaxy.
yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
a table of representatives. Like it's
Exactly.
a larger.
Right.
So
There are.
I have some notes.
Let me pull up the full breakdown here.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I'd also be
We're getting a
curious, like,
full breakdown.
if there
We're
was
getting
like
our civics
Yeah.
lesson.
It
Like
has been
down
established-
Jowdakian civics
that-
In
lesson.
fourth grade.
Yeah,
Everybody
you would have
learned.
learned.
We've established Finn's. You would know Finn's father is on the
Mhm.
council.
Yeah.
One of many, but
I was about to ask that. Yeah.
yeah.
But like, if there was any controversy over like this guy being like kicked out or anything like
Right.
that, like it's possible that we could have heard
Dandy
about
Fall?
it.
I do.
Yeah.
I did
Dandy
make a.
Ball.
I did make a history check when we met Jana, but I
Yeah.
didn't recognize the name.
Gotcha.
Personally.
Okay.
So the full political breakdown. There's the Voltian Council, which is full of those elected members of all of the cities. So it's not just members of Saros Manor. But each one of them is headed by the sovereign of each city, which is essentially that city's one ruler. So there's the ruler and the council that is associated with that city. All together, that creates the Voltian Council.
Above table. Did Finn say that out loud? There was a space waiting for him.
Yeah.
Right, because your father is a member of this council right now, right?
Right now, well, and for most of my life, he very much wanted me to follow in his footsteps. It was never in the cards for me, I think.
Do you have a choice?
Well, I'm here, so much to his chagrin. It was really actually not my choice. It was there was no place for me. It was made pretty clear by the headmaster of the prep school that I was right. Yes, was kind of politely asked to leave that, and my father pulled some strings to get me into the Atagog. That was not where he wanted me to go.
But is it where you wanted to go?
Yes, very much so.
Well, then I suppose it all worked out.
Well, so far, we'll see if we make it back in one piece, and he had a reason. I think I mentioned my mother was a lawkeeper,
You did.
and she didn't come back. That was pretty clear. I wasn't to follow in her footsteps, and rather his. Here I am.
I mean, it might not be glamorous, but we're seeing the world. We haven't died yet.
More of it than he's ever seen.
He's never left the city, I'm assuming.
Not that I know of. It's very possible he could have, but not for long.
Sounds like a lot of people don't.
Most people don't. In fact, most people I've ever met have not. At least until a couple of weeks ago.
Hmm. Interested as to who else is going to be present.
At the
This-
party?
Yeah.
Could be anyone.
It's probably a who's who of venture.
I guess. I mean, Janab is quite colorful.
Yep.
If I understand the person, there might be. There could be a main event for the night. There could be themes throughout the house that we can engage in. It's an opportunity to indulge a little bit, but listen as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And we might want to be prepared to meet another overseer. It's very possible.
I
Guess you're right.
Makes sense.
Assuming that he is actually of the station he dresses to be.
Well, the real question is Janab, Lord Janab,
Right. Very important.
the type to surround himself with other colorful characters? Or other people who are less interesting as he is, so he can be the most interesting person at the party?
I mean, he
Well,
likes to hang out with Lady Elaine.
I was gonna say, and
she's
she's pretty interesting.
very interesting.
And
Interesting but reserved.
But I guess it's.
Is she an outlier, though? I think I understand Lycan's point.
I get that, but she's reserved in a way, but she did see us and invite us to have a drink with her immediately.
She is very fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And he invited us as well, and he seemed to think we were very interesting and fascinating. I bet that this was a very interesting and fascinating party.
I think you're right, Dorothy.
Yeah, I think it'll be a
Question is-
interesting crowd.
Is he interested to talk to us or to parade us around as props? Because it's
Uh,
more likely the
I
latter.
was gonna say it's probably the latter.
I imagine we are also invited because it is polite.
Yeah,
But it's okay.
Lady Elaine will be there.
She's
so-
very lovely.
She is.
I'm going to enjoy myself no matter what we are doing, so it is okay by me.
Hmm.
As the meal progresses, eventually,
I was gonna say,
Uh,
where's the pudding?
gentleman comes up, the same tall gentleman that greets you at the front. You all right here? Seems we're finishing up. I can take a few of these.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
Mine is clean.
And delicious.
Wonderful, thank you. And he takes a few of them, reaches over, grabs 2 plates, and pushes them where the one cart remaining on the counter. And he gives a quick flick of
Oh.
the ready as the dirties go up.
Could we ask you a quick question?
Absolutely.
Where is the cider from? It's delightful.
Oh, he looks back at the sign. Right, cider. I am not sure at the moment.
Okay.
I could ask the kitchen upstairs really quick and find out for you.
We'd love that.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kitchen is upstairs.
And with that, he heads back over with the rest of the plates that wouldn't fit on the one cart in arm. And as you hear, he heads back towards the main counter, loads the rest onto the cart that is on the tray there, and they very quickly.
What do you think?
Dorothy.
Uh-huh.
Is he left?
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's back up at the front door.
Want to go in the kitchen?
Oh my gosh. I can do want to go into the kitchen. Where's the kitchen?
Up.
I'm going to start looking for where I think the kitchen is.
Seems to be on the other side of that too.
Now, granted,
Uh-huh.
chefs don't take kindly to mice in kitchens.
That's right. I imagine not.
But what if?
It could be a little spider.
That would probably be less conspicuous. Although, if you change at this table, it might be fairly conspicuous.
That is very true. But let me just sort of climb up it.
Half the pitcher of wine is gone. So kind of what's
And it's putting out
pitching Aaron
crazy
into-
ideas.
Oh,
The gentleman
backflips
comes
off
back.
table.
Yes,
Back, it is from Perched Cidery.
perched cider.
Is that brewed
Thank you.
locally?
But yes, it's just outside the walls.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
I'm going to watch him to see if he goes back to the kitchens and see if I can figure out the kitchen bar.
He turns and he heads back to the front counter. You never saw him leave there to ask a question.
I'm pouring my whiskey and the rest of my cider. It's always an option.
Oh, I'm upset I didn't get the cider.
I've barely touched my cider. I've had the sip, and does anybody want to finish this up?
I will.
More likely. Good, better you than me.
Yeah.
Are we making Chowdeck bombs? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
absolutely.
I call this the lock jumper.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
this feels a lot more bearable.
Don't really want to get squished by a.
What if you took a ride on
What happens?
I was gonna say, if there's some sort of restroom.
I tried that in the hall.
I'll
Well,
maybe
that
I'll
But
would
go,
be
they
a
do
more
serve-
private place.
maybe
Yeah.
I'll go up with this sticky topic or something. I don't know.
We could cause a
Don't know.
scene, a little distraction.
Do we
Cause a
need? Do we
scene?
need? Do we need to?
No,
I
we
think
probably.
I'd rather
No,
but
not,
not.
to be
I-
honest.
At which point,
Pudding!
single cart this time, able to fit all of the puddings on one tray.
We all got pudding. Right?
I didn't. Okay.
Yes.
Can you determine whether or not Gawathi will die if they ride on this thing?
I'm
Oh,
very
that's-
strong. It would have to hurt me a
Well, it's
lot.
like magic. What if there's like a pest control magic? Or...
I'm slightly well, more buff than an actual spider, though.
But what happens when you die?
It doesn't work that way anymore. They changed it. You stay as a spider.
You just what? I'm sorry.
That's part of why this idea is now significantly more plausible. 2024, if my hit points go past the temporaries, I still stay a spider.
I mean, all
Or a king.
the rails seem to just go up that pipe.
Up into it's just a hole in the
A
ceiling.
hole in
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Doesn't it look like a spider
Okay.
barrier hole?
I mean,
I cast detect magic as an action.
Okay.
And I look at the hole
The hole.
to see if there's
It's
some
the
kind of
whole thing.
some
Is
kind
there
of
a
like
spider net? Is
pest
there a
control.
spider net?
Yeah, is there a
These are
airlock
very
chamber?
important things. Is the whole safe?
God, I know you were trying to do political intrigue.
No,
Tell
I
me
would
about the
like to know
spider
if the hole is safe for a spider.
I just want to see if Ratatouille's controlling the shaft.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
It is called off the rails.
less on.
I'm not being a spider yet. I gotta eat pudding.
You're waiting.
Yes.
Duh.
Eating
That's
pudding.
spider
We have to-
fuel.
I'll
We
wait.
have to send the trays back dirty.
Finn,
Yes.
the hole in which all of the rails are converging is not magical. There is a lot of magic happening
Right.
in this place.
Not
Yes.
magical.
But the hole just seems to be an opening.
I think it's just a hole.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. But also, do we want to get kicked out of Venture on our first night here?
Kick us out of the city.
Well, we got what we came here for.
That's true.
We can get kicked out of off the rails. I'm just saying. And I can't believe
I
I'm
do
saying
want
this.
to
but
come back here. Oh, this is very nice.
I'm mostly curious to find out if there's a little guy up there pulling levers.
Little guy.
A little guy.
It could be a big guy. I don't,
It could also be a big guy.
Finn wants to know if there's a little
The
guy.
size of the guy.
like, does the Melos know what dessert is, or is there a guy?
There has to be a chef.
I think That's what the switches are for.
Scott built this entire pantheon. He built an entire custom pantheon, and we want to know if his custom magic
Has a
pantheon
little guy.
has a little guy.
Each god is just a very interesting restaurant.
I think, Finn, there is someone manning, like, when we do the switches,
Right.
someone is there to. It's not. That part is not the magical.
But the
Hard.
pacing is just impeccable. Like, the dessert came right as it felt right.
Well, because he took our plates.
And then went flick flick. And now they knew that we were done with our meal.
So the Melos watches the buses.
The Melos watches everything.
No, the switch. He did the switch.
I've had too much sips
Finn.
of cider.
There exists in the back of house a position on the restaurant line called the Expo. They are
He's the
responsible
little
for
guy.
coordinating all of the meals that are made and sending them to the appropriate tables. It's clear to us, it would seem, that the light system here signifies which tables are ordering what. Once those orders are received upstairs, the orders are made, and then it is their job to coordinate them going to the appropriate tables. Who is listening and receiving all of this information? That's the main curiosity. This little guy, big guy.
I like to think of it as a little guy.
Right, but so, I mean, forgive me, we didn't go out to the restaurants much. We had it
It's
all brought
okay.
in, but, you know.
Sorry for giggling.
Our houseman stood in the corner. He waited to see when we were done with the first course, and then he would call back to the kitchens and bring out the second course. So,
Right.
is there a houseman?
Uh-huh.
I think that's the man
Right.
that has been coming to our table, and then he flips the switch,
Oh,
which tells them that we're done,
this is why
and
I
that the
don't
new
drink.
thing can come.
That is so much more logical than little man and
There's
the-
only one way to figure this all out.
So, you've never had to fight for like seconds or part of your meal?
Only child.
What? Fight for seconds?
Yeah.
No. You had to fight for.
Oh yeah.
When you have a lot of siblings, that's what happens.
Oh. No, I had to fight to not eat seconds usually.
Do you wanna? I have a feeling this is gonna happen one way or the other.
Oh, it's happening.
You know,
I think I'm going to.
it's been a long day, and this cider and whiskey has been great.
Yeah.
Just whenever you're ready,
I
let me
think
know.
as long as you have, I don't know, some sort of discreet
that. Let me
place
look up the spider.
to change.
Hold on, I've got this. Is there, where is? I need to look up the new rules for
I have an
spiders.
idea.
Spiders.
Finn.
I think
Yes, Finn.
That's what it's okay.
This is stretch, but flip through, pal. Right, I think I got this. I study Dawaki for a second, and I just kind of like. I think we got this. We got this. And I cast minor illusion to try to create Dawaki, but like a size too big. So
Like
it's
a
like
millimeter
a
too
round Dawaki's form.
We're
That's
beach
brilliant.
toweling Dawaki.
You're
Pretty much.
Matryoshki.
Yes, stacking doll Dawaki. And stay very still as you do this thing, but
Okay.
and I give just a little bit of life to the minor illusion, just like have it just kind of like.
Duathi, as you are looking at Finn, suddenly the world gets a little hazy, and you see
It's like being inside a mask.
kind of yourself from the inside.
Oh no! Like when you polygon inside of the frames
Yeah,
on a video
I
game.
mean, your
Giant
pants up
eyeballs.
now.
And you recognize your own face from reflections.
Oh no!
And- but being on the inside, it
But
is
the
just
inside of your face.
Yeah, and it is a like
It's like a
a
mask.
void of it, but you can still see through it.
You're on the inside of a paper Shia LaBeouf mask.
Pretty much. Also, just to clarify, it's silent image, not minor illusion, but still stands.
Alright. Then been through a lot of body
Bless.
horror. Blessed. I'm now blessed, and I'm going to become a spider.
All right.
No, bless you and me at
Why
the same
not?
For
time.
funsies.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, just because I don't want to get smooshed, I'm going to climb onto the plate. And I'll be a little brown spider. Normally I know I'm a little gray spider, but I'll be a little brown spider that will hopefully sort of blend into the little wood.
All right. As
not
you
on the plate, on the
climb,
tray.
I'm on the tray.
Okay.
as you climb onto the tray, you see this little spider kind of come out from underneath the table and crawl on over, and it's on the tray.
Just one like
The little arm of the spider.
So cute.
I want to quickly as possible usher the spider onto the tray and cover it to make sure that none of the serving staff sees it.
It is on the tray. It's on the cart that is resting.
Uncover it, because what happens when they're up there? That's spider
They can't see anything.
traps.
They're covered.
Okay, so take it off, and then
There's a small rim to the
Yeah, I'm
the
like
plate.
under the. I've got climb speed.
Cool.
I mean, we could make this even crazier, and I can make her invisible.
Invisible spider. I hate invisible spiders.
The worst
We
thing.
fought them not so long ago.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the worst
it
spider,
would
Andy.
be a successful. Well, but it's not a spider that's attacking us. It's
That's
our
true.
friend. That's a
Crawl back
spider.
up.
Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna press
Actually, very.
whiskey.
Oh right.
I'm gonna
yeah.
say-
New 2024 rules. I would very much like to be invisible.
Okay.
No.
You hear Dwali's voice come out of the small spider.
oh my
Okay.
god.
I can talk. I forgot.
They can talk now.
I was gonna say one arm for. All right. I'm gonna make Dwarfy invisible. Dwarfy the spider.
As the
invisible.
little spider is just waving at you and just vanishes.
Dwathy?
All right, I can keep the
They're
image up.
still there.
10
Okay,
minutes. 10 minutes.
Okay,
come
okay,
back.
okay. I'm gonna do whiskey again. Two whiskeys.
Yeah.
And press 3 whiskeys. Press ready. Or like ready. Wow.
All right.
Now for our tiny announcement.
And the cart. Dwathy. You suddenly feel a speed that you have never felt before.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Just you are gripping on with your little spider legs
Dwarfy is on a minecart ride.
as your climb speed holds you on, as you are whisking away. And now, from this perspective, you are immediately up in the ceiling. You are able to see the entire floor. And you can see where a direct path would take you directly to the hole in the ceiling, but no, you veer to the left, veer to the right, spin around in a circle. It's as if these tracks were done on purpose to be weaving in and out of each other and confusing, almost like a display for an audience beneath you. As you get to the hole, you go up. Quickly, it is dark. And just as quickly, light bursts through, and the sound of a bustling kitchen is heard. There's the clattering of cookware. There is the steaming and sizzling of pans being worked on, and the cart comes out onto a long sort of display counter. As it comes out, it rolls around, and you see a human woman look down at the cart and kind of looks at it.
I'm going to make sure I'm on the actual like cart part of the place.
She does pick up the plate,
Mm-hmm.
places it back down, takes a moment, and starts jotting down on a piece of paper.
Can I see what she is jotting down, or
The
am I?
little guy.
At which point, a smaller individual
Yes.
It's trotting over. It appears to be a halfling woman.
Okay.
She looks up. Everything all right? Yeah, just didn't pay. And she puts a note back onto the cart. And reaches over and pulls a lever. And as she does, she then picks up the cart and places it back into the darkened area.
So I'm back in the dark now.
You're back in the dark on the cart. As it then falls.
I don't think I paid.
Oh no.
Nope, we forgot.
And there's the as you then find yourself landed back on the table. Looking about, you see your friends. Everyone else, you see a tray come back with a small handwritten note that has been placed. The plate has been removed. And it's just an empty cart with a note on it.
They took Duwathi as collateral.
It's
No,
what? Oh, no.
we forgot to pay.
Yeah,
So
it's,
how many?
For 3 whiskeys, 12 silver pieces, please.
Okay,
One gold, two
because
silver,
it
count
was
it out
4
quickly.
each. So I'll
Oh, you got it?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Stay
12,
on the
12
Okay.
silver is what you said. 12?
12 silver.
Okay.
Sorry, Duwathi.
I'm on to
Okay.
my third glass of
Mm.
wine. This is great.
I want to see what happens when they pour stuff. I suppose it probably.
Maybe it's on there.
Here,
Okay.
Does anybody have a pen? Full
I have
quill?
I have my quill. Right?
Okay.
You know, it's
That's
okay.
great. So sorry. First time.
I didn't see the kitchen. I think I can probably.
Thank
cut
you!
that off now.
Exclamation point.
You're great.
It's a small piece of paper.
Yeah.
Just getting filled
It
with-
gets like tinier and tinier as I write and messier.
It's like when you're trying to write on a
It's like
receipt.
in the
You
corner.
probably also, like, you would notice this is very weird writing with this quill because the ink just flows. There's no thing to dip into.
This is a great quill.
Right?
So smooth.
I'm going to climb off and climb back into my. I can't read it. I'll just climb back into.
You see
myself.
yourself sitting in your seat. just kinda-
Oh.
I hate it. I'm going to crawl into
It's
myself.
like animatronic almost,
Mhm.
just like the same motion.
a moment of
No. Flick.
as the
I
cart
want this to be over.
goes away.
I'm going to crawl back into myself and my limbs all sort of mold back together.
We're putting
And
you.
there's
We're
some
sending you
coffee.
back up.
No, we're not done.
Oh,
Duwathi is
We're paying.
Nope, too late.
Duwathi has seen
off.
enough.
Duwathi is off of the cart and in.
They stole
Ah!
okay, we go.
it. It's fine.
Oh, the limbs are poking through. I close the silent image chest.
I thought kitchen.
Is there a little guy?
No, but there was a little lady.
Oh.
Wait, that's the same almost. Yeah.
This is why we don't assume.
So it's you go up and there's a kitchen and then you put things on the cart and then you go. It's very cool up there though. Like at one point I was on it and they went to put it back down and just go oh and
Oh, so you just rocked.
And like the money counter was not automated
no, it was people.
with decent handwriting. Looks like.
There was a human lady, and then a halfling lady, and it looked like they were sort of processing the orders and put it on a thing.
All right.
Did that seem like a fair assumption from my time up there,
Yeah.
at least? Yeah.
In that brief time that you had up there, you saw a full kitchen layout.
Yeah. What it look? Give me what all I looked at.
Tell you what, give me a reflexive or a
Retroactive.
thank you,
Right.
a retroactive investigation.
Oh, 17.
Yay!
Okay. So, as you were looking about, there was a the sort of tray area where the carts came out to be loaded and unloaded. Directly ahead of you, you saw large casks that were resting and stacked and appear to have been piped. To the right, you saw 2 large wood fire ovens, and to the left, large prep counter. And the casks from your angle were so large they covered your vision to the rest of the room. But from where you were, you saw the two, the human woman and the halfling woman, along with two other men in there. You heard the sounds of another person, so you guess probably about 5 people in the kitchen.
Also, I forgot when before the silent image went away. I
Oh yeah,
stopped
the
the
invisible
invisible.
thing. That would be
Oh,
weird.
right.
And I will tell everyone
I mean, how,
exactly that information.
how does that work? If like an invisible elbow is poking out of my silent image, is it disrupted or is it like we don't even know?
No, you wouldn't even
Oh.
notice.
Well then, yeah. The silent
I
image would
definitely
see-
said I was
Okay,
saying
alright.
hello, I'm back though.
Definitely a very weird moment where the silent image drops and you're still.
Yeah.
Bone crack.
Yeah.
Jaw cracking back into place.
Well,
That was a very good adventure. Thank you.
That's
That was a good idea. I had a very good time.
That's good.
See, here I was thinking when Aaron asked if Dorothy wanted to go to the kitchen, I thought, oh, Aaron is going to ask
To meet the chef.
to meet the chef and to see the kitchen, not going to suggest Dorothy turned into a small animal.
I mean, that would have also been very nice because then I could have met everyone and told them how much I enjoyed their delicious making food. But alternatively, that way I got to experience the cart
Yeah.
when it dropped.
Well, I did tell them that they're great, so
Yeah, I ordered more whiskey. Now I feel out.
and a tray comes to the table with 3 glasses of whiskey.
Well,
actually I forgot how intense this whiskey is.
I know. Well,
I love it so much.
just gonna knock this one
Yeah,
back.
I'm bottoms up. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have to make another
Actually, yeah, no,
roll?
from all 3 of you, I need a Constitution saving throw to help
Oh,
you.
no.
You essentially had 2 shots into
Oh.
the cider.
Cripes. Saving throw. Okay.
Someone else has the river dart tonight.
Don't you have bless? It's the save.
That's it.
Bless is still
Well,
Oh.
that would be great if it wasn't a nat one.
Oh right.
So-
For me.
Total of 7.
Yeah, as you down this whiskey, the carts are moving a little faster, and ooh,
Icon. Can you look at me? You gonna be alright? Okay. How did we order water in this place?
Yeah, I was gonna.
and from each of you, what did you get on your?
21.
Same.
Dang, yeah, you're fine.
All right. Cool.
Icon.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it down now. Okay?
It's really bad.
It's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but
pretty
Let's
bad.
not mix so quickly now, shall we?
I just wanted to get Dwathi up, and then we paid for it.
Oh, we paid
Yeah,
for it.
whiskey was
You didn't have to drink
probably not the right choice.
When you purchase something,
I can mechanically, you now have disadvantage
Oh,
on
no.
dexterity checks.
I mean, by
When
that
you're ready.
logic, I got 60 gallons of ale or a
Oh.
cider back. So let's
Mm-mm.
not apply that
Mm-mm.
logic here.
Mm-mm.
I don't think
We'll get you a little bit of water and we'll get you to going to sleep tonight. It's going to be just fine. I'll make sure you get into bed.
how far is the tipsy tinker?
Not very far.
Yeah, what was it? It was like a 20-minute.
row.
Just a short,
Okay.
short boat
Sure,
ride.
but right.
I will make sure you get home safe. Don't worry.
I'll roll with Finn.
All right.
It'll be great.
So
It handles really well.
Yeah.
I suppose then a nightcap at the cliffside is out.
No. Yeah, not tonight.
I don't
I'll
have a nightcap.
I'll
to
go.
take side.
I
I won't have a nightcap, but I was going to suggest that we maybe could make our way there. But
But it's okay. We'll get home and we can do that tomorrow.
we could make sure Zachary's doing okay.
hopefully he's asleep.
Is that better or worse? It's probably
I
fine.
think it's fine.
I think
No one's gonna.
can't see us.
Well, I don't want to say that out loud.
Right now, Zachary, out of sight, out of mind. Let's go to
But
cliffside.
he has.
Right.
Well, I can
I see what's
accompany
going on.
Aiken back.
Gross.
I get it.
I'm sorry. It's just what your name sounds like when I say I can.
Imagine how confusing it was at home. Just saying.
That's why I don't go to parties.
Yeah, you all go have a good time.
It's okay. Let him see. Hold on. Oh no, no, no. Oh. I could keep you from rotting.
Brain rot, I don't think is.
Would
Fluffy,
mending work?
It's gonna be fine. This has happened before.
I'll look around for a waiter and see if I can just get his attention.
The only other person aside from patrons is the gentleman at the front counter.
Yeah, I will see if I can flag him down. I'll send Mage Hand over and tap him on the shoulder.
It's farther away than the.
Ah, damn it!
Disappear.
Okay, I will. I'll get up from the table and I'll walk over to him at the counter. Sorry, excuse me.
Oh yes, hi.
I hate to interrupt. Have you any coffee or highly caffeinated tea for the evening? Our friends are, well, not done with the night yet, and we just want to mellow out the digestion a bit.
Well, don't really have. I can see what the kitchen can do.
Yeah, something with a kick to it that's not alcoholic, something that, or just a jug of clean fresh water would be wonderful.
I'd have some water sent out.
That'd be wonderful, please.
Of
Yes.
course. Yeah, he looks back at the table where you are, and you can see he just takes a moment and reaches under the counter. Waters will be on their way.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'll turn around, go back to the group. So I've got you some hydration. I'm working on maybe getting some caffeination or something just to kind of mellow out your.
It'll be
your
fine. The
stomach.
rabbit was nice and fatty.
Do you have any mint to chew on or anything that can help
I know,
settle stuff like that?
I picked some mint earlier.
But yeah, we'll just sober you up and we can continue on. Let's go.
That's if you need to go.
I'll rally.
Yeah. Good. The cart. And a single glass of water.
Thank you.
You're great.
Thank you.
Listen, I've had worse. It's fine. Everything's moving a little too much.
Well, that's the rails.
Yeah,
Also,
I
yeah,
know,
the
Ben.
whiskey.
yeah, they're moving
No,
more
that
than they
is
should.
The whiskey is very strong.
Yeah,
Got it.
I've been on a few. After a long shift, it's bad decisions usually.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I don't usually partake.
That's why you're the smart one of us.
I've had 3 half glasses of cider today, and that is plenty for me.
You like cider. Okay, have we finished? Done?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we just leave as well.
Yeah. Fresh air,
Yeah,
please.
let's go
Yeah.
outside.
Mhm.
How far away is the cliffside?
I have no idea.
We'll find it.
We'll find it.
It's
Okay.
We could
part of the
I
fun.
know.
It's a new town.
One of those nights.
I'm scared.
Guys, lay on hands doesn't do what it used to, okay?
Does it not? Can you not dispel poison? with
No
it?
more poison.
Well, the poison condition, yes.
Oh, but not poison.
I looked.
I was gonna ask, and I was like, I didn't want to meta, but I was like,
Right, hadn't
I guess
known.
we're going
Isn't
outside.
that
You stand up and you head on out.
Cindy. Is Cindy
Oh,
still
yeah.
outside?
Oh, she's. As you open up the door into the night air, it is very dark.
Oh.
You see the glow of the twin moons lighting up the city, as well as many streetlights that are causing a wonderful little twinkling glow throughout all the streets, reflected off of the canals themselves.
and the moons, they.
Cindy is very much not there.
Okay. Are there any gondolas like waiting to be hired right outside?
You look to where you were dropped off, and you don't see any immediately.
Okay. Well, damn, I was hoping a boat would be waiting for us.
We're not all rich.
Well, no, but the opportunity presents itself
I assume
outside an
that's
establishment like this for work.
That's a lot of people probably leave here.
You're right. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm going to.
I'm just cranky now.
Oh, I get crazy crank.
Try to like fan his face.
I'll look around. Is there?
As you are conversing at the water's edge, you do see a small gondola. This not powered the same way that Cindy's vessel was. This gentleman, a long pole at the end, just pushing through the water,
Oh,
and
Phoenician.
moving with the moving with the current.
Do we fly?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Like a New York taxi.
You hand it down.
You wave out your hands and looking for a lift.
Yes, please.
All right. He pushes on over, makes his way.
I'll also reach into the water and splash Aiken's face a little. Does that help?
Have you room for 5 to the cliffside inn?
5 to the. Oh, yes, I can do the cliffside. So we could fit 5. We're heading to the cliffside. That'll be. It's gonna be a little bit of a journey.
How far is it?
It's clear on the other side of town.
by the cliffs, I assume.
We could do that.
I'll pick up the tab. It's fine.
But it means it's gonna. Okay.
I assume we could also try the oak, but that seems more of like a dinner place, not a nightcap.
No, let's go.
Okay, I'm looking to go to the oak. Or
I don't want
The,
to
the,
just
the,
far.
the cliffside, I
Let's go.
guess.
about equal
This
distance.
guy
so it
started
doesn't-
stretching when we said it.
And
Gotta get a move then.
Let's
I
go.
mean, this is kind of a funny side of Aaron.
I'm on the journey.
How much to get us to cliffside?
To get to the cliffside, it's gonna be call that 4 silver.
Easy. Everyone in. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Aaron is trying to get feisty.
I'm gonna just.
I'll keep reaching in and splashing
Yeah.
Aiken's face.
Get in the boat. Right in the center.
As you all get in,
Keeping with the edge, actually.
and this gentleman pushes off and begins going again with the current of the water away from the tired tinker in the same direction that you took to arrive.
We're having a night.
You're having a long journey along this canal. We are going to take our break there, ladies and gentlemen.
Seems like a good spot.
We're going to take a 10-minute break while these folks travel on to their next stop on the bar hop of venture.
Bar crawl.
Yes.
We're just skipping the loading screen of the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're back, everyone. You're having a great time tonight. I hope you are too.
Perfect angels.
We would
Very
never
serious.
torture our DM in any way.
Very
Our
serious.
DM who hand built an entire map with an ecology.
True.
Folks, if you're enjoying this, wherever you might be watching or listening, please consider giving us a like, follow, subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel monetarily, because we can't do this without you, you can subscribe to you can go to subscribe to us monetarily in whatever platform you are finding us on. But also you can head on over to our Patreon. It's the best place to support us.
Cool place.
Additionally, for all of our patrons and supporters out there, we are going to be heading over to our Discord for a post-show hangout. This is a subscriber-only hangout and patrons. So we're going to do this after the show. If any of you are having difficulty linking your accounts in that, shoot us a message in Discord. We'll help get you sorted out. That being said, hey players.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Ben had the hiccups.
I
So
don't know
does
what
Viking.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, really, really method.
I just went in the back.
Yeah.
Gave yourself,
Had 2 shots of whiskey.
Yeah.
gave yourself the hiccups.
As we are being hunted along in this long gondola, at first the current is with your small boat captain. You make your way through the waterways. You continue in these residential areas. And at one point, you find a junction in the canals. As you look to your left, you see a much smaller canal, but at the far end of it, you see another one of those man-made waterfalls of the wall itself, where water is just flowing out and creating more of a current. The boat continues on, or it takes a right, and at this point, your captain is pushing much less and actually able to just steer the boat and let it go where it's going. Continuing on in this fashion, you find yourself back more in the artisanal district. And within 10 minutes, though the light has changed, you actually begin to recognize a few of these buildings. You recognize the walkway to the right of you. You walked this walkway earlier today looking for a tailor.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on moving along. And at one point, you come to a second intersection where ahead of you, you can hear the sounds of a heavier waterfall flowing a much larger distance. The boat veers to the right, and you even see in a stitch, the lights closed and dim. The boat presses forwards. Ahead there is a bridge in the road. At one point, your captain calls out for you. Please lower your heads, just a little bit of a duck. And you do have to duck on down.
I looked at them.
And pop your head back up.
Well, if he turns into a duck.
I'm in a wild shape. Wild shenanigans. for
And with
day.
that, the captain takes his pole and pushes up against the side of the dock. Well, here we are. Cliffside's, just, if you follow that road there, you'll be right up against the edge of the cliff. Hard to miss.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. I, could use the workout.
It was a lovely ride.
I'll hand him 4 silver. Beautiful boat. Beautiful, beautiful boat. Thank you.
You're not gonna ask him to spruce it up?
It's amazing. Look at the
Not
glimmers in the
really.
light.
I try and take good care of it.
And you do.
I want a feather fall.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'll just start walking towards cliffside.
Oh no. We all tentatively followed him.
I regret making this suggestion.
You head towards the edge. You do see a kind of a 2.5-story building that the front has a sign that is hanging that just reads Cliffside. The lights are on, but it seems quieter. You can see the first story from this angle is mostly on the cliff. As you peer out, you can actually see that about a third of the building is actually overhanging the cliff.
Cool.
The second and half story are fully on the cliffside itself, not overhanging. It appears to be a enclosed balcony area of sorts.
Hope no one has a fear of heights.
No fear.
If you start feeling vertigo, just look out to the horizon. That should level everything out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's go. Looks beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably not as rowdy of a crowd, so, be mindful.
Of course,
We'll
we'll be
see.
polite.
The oak was the fancy one.
That is true. That's true.
I can't be a spider anymore. I'm out of being a spider. I was a cat earlier, and then I was a spider.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No more being a spider.
Well, shall we?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll kind of lead the way and open the door for them.
Sure. As you open up, there is no bell, no sound of the door. The door itself is well oiled and opens rather silently. The inside, you can see this main floor is a collection of tables and chairs that, in a open floor plan that continues out beyond where the cliff ends, with an array of windows looking out over openness. And in this light, you just see the twinkling of some stars. And as you look, there's a sudden beam of yellow light, and it goes away.
Shooting star.
As you were looking out, another
Lighthouse.
What does it do?
Wasn't there a tower in the river?
To the left of you, you see a small bar area with a single tall, slender humanoid standing behind it, with long gray hair back in a ponytail braid, and directly to your left, a set of stairs heading up. And in this area, you can see there's a couple of folks sitting at some tables, quietly sipping on a drink. You see one couple seated at one of the tables at the far edge. No drinks, just seated across from each other, holding each other's hands, just staring out. Gentleman looks at you. Good evening. Are we looking for rooms for the night?
I think we're just here for a nightcap before heading to rest.
Lovely. Any of the tables are at your disposal. What can I get you?
Table for 5 and perhaps flagon of water for the table, as well as some local supply. Any wine, cider, whiskeys that you might be able to provide. We'll sample just about everything.
A sampling room?
Perhaps we could start with maybe a bottle of wine, and that might be probably all right.
I think that would be nice.
Cider for me.
Glass or bottle?
Just a glass is fine.
Very good. So as he reaches down and he pulls out you can see a stopped bottle of cider and a glass, pours it for you.
Does that say?
Yeah. Investigation. What does the bottle say?
The ball doesn't appear from your angle to say anything, but it does have a single tree on the edge of a rocky cliff that's growing out over the edge of it.
It's like embossed or like stamped.
It's seems drawn.
Oh, okay.
Is this the house, Bruden house, or?
Oh no, but it is local. It'll be 1 silver.
Sure. Here you go.
Bottle of wine from you. You want
Is that for the table?
for the table? Do you prefer room temperature or chilled?
Do you have a preference?
Chilled.
Chilled,
It
please.
has a nice refreshing quality this time of night.
There you are. I'll bring that to your table once you settle.
Thank you.
Sure.
And that one is that'll be 1 gold piece.
Okay.
You were doing it?
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, Tawati.
That's okay. I can do it. I have not played for anything all night. I think it is my turn.
You're living.
Doing okay.
Additionally, he pulls out a collection of glasses, all filled with what appears to be water. Water's for the rest of you, and I'll bring your bottle to the table if there's anything else that I can get for you.
Thank you. Just your name.
Yes. My name is Leoro.
Leoro. I'm Aiken. These are some great people. It's our first night here in Venture. Beautiful establishment.
Thank you.
Yes.
I take good pride in that.
I see why. How far are we from the very far below? Up here.
Oh, directly down. From where we are standing, directly beneath us, 615 feet.
That's amazing.
Thank you for that knowledge.
You're welcome. Sobering, isn't it?
I wish.
If only.
Where is your most comfortable seat in this establishment?
Poor Aiken.
Well, if you're looking for comfort, you can see he points towards very much on the stable side. A couple of lounge chairs that are by a crackling fireplace.
I bow and I say, thank you. And I go take my water cup and sit in a chair.
Oh boy.
Aww.
Would you like for me to bring him a glass?
I think we can keep it at the table, and when he feels like
There.
having it.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We won't close the seat.
Promise. Feel free to grab whatever table you would like out.
Thank you.
You're very good. Thank you.
Are we gonna go join Aiken, or are we gonna leave him to his?
I think he's in his own little world. I think
I think he's okay for a little
Okay.
bit.
he'll catch up.
Table by the window then?
Yeah, sounds lovely.
Sure.
Aiken's just staring
Oh,
out in
no.
his face.
Just looking into the fire.
Come over.
Ground
We are
yourself
going
over
to
there.
sit at the table whenever you are feeling comfortable to join us. You can, okay?
Just need to be a little bit more steady before I sit next to the window 615 feet above certain death.
To be okay. Worst case scenario, Aaron can do that thing with you.
I think I can also.
That sounds kind of fun
Mm-hmm.
on a different night.
You take a second. Yeah, you're going to be alright, and I'll just just give like a little tussle at your hair.
Thanks.
It's going to be okay, alright?
Yeah, I've been through worse. Flashes back to like every single thing that's happened in the 2 weeks.
I will come and join the table.
As you step onto there is no difference in sound, and in fact, as you step onto the hardwood of this balcony area, it is just as solid. There is no creaking. It's thud, thud with each step, as if there was just solid ground beneath you.
That's good.
But there is that moment where you can feel innately that you have stepped over a precipice. And as you go 10, 15 feet over the cliff, there's the table by the window, or by the many windows. As you sit down, you have a clear view. From this angle, you can see that the light is coming from the far tower on that island in the middle of the Conderflow. And in the center of that tower, not at the top, is a rotating beam of light. For the most part, it skates across the sides of the cliff, but the edges of its cone glisten across the windows. Not blinding, but it brings a brightness to the area. Looking down, you can see the rest of the island that it rests on. There is a smattering of small buildings on it that you see as the light moves. From this angle, really, the lighthouse is illuminating most of your view. Occasionally it casts over and you can see the river district. And from this angle you can see that beyond that wall that you had seen on the way in, there's an entire marina beyond it. And also what appears to be a shipyard. Beyond that, fields and darkness. Stars in the sky. Leoro quickly comes over. Here we have, this is a model of the Whitewood. It's in a small bucket that, though there is no ice, as he places it on the table, there is a little bit of cool mist coming out from it.
Yes.
And 4 glasses for you.
Thank you ever so
Places them on the
much.
table. Enjoy. Should you need anything, I'll be at the counter.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And he turns and leaves.
I'll take a sip of the cider and see if it tastes the same as the last establishment or different.
It's similar.
Okay. We'll ask about this on the next go round.
I have a feeling it's the same one
Yeah.
Perched.
with the tree on the
Yeah,
side.
it seemed like.
It does make sense.
Well, this is a significantly less raucous environment,
Yeah.
which I assumed it would be.
Yeah. Maybe different. I think I didn't realize that it was also an inn.
I mean, it makes sense. So a lot of the places that we visited seem to have both tavern and bar.
Right. It just seems
Tavern inn.
it's like a much quieter place.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are traveling through here, which
Yeah.
would make sense, considering.
I'll stop pouring wine for anybody who wants it.
Yeah,
I think
have
that's-
some.
Andy, Finn, in your studies, have you ever been warned of the negative effects of the arcane studies?
How so? Do you mean?
In that working with magic could have a consequential effect on yourself? Is that something that they educate you on at the Atagogue?
I mean, magic clearly has consequences. What do you mean? Corruption or?
There's there comes a price with working with magic, as you have said. And something that I've been curious about since leaving Seros Manor is possibly learning about what studying different parts of magic could do to one's self. Just I don't want to worry you, but part of my inquiries into Venture and into Riversmeet and the world beyond lead me in that way. And I just want to know what the Atagogue has taught you folks about how to balance the energy that you channel from the song and through your body.
Well, I mean, clearly, the Atagog and the Altar is very much concerned with the proper handling of the arcane powers. In terms of though, like personal corruption or like the
Yeah.
personal toll that it might take, is that something that would have been instilled?
Or more that it's like a big responsibility to take on.
There, a lot of the responsibility, but there was that underlying the old magic and technology is forbidden for many reasons. And the reasons became vague at that point, but personal injury, greater civilizational injury, not out of the realm of possibility. It was essentially the old stuff is dangerous, so nix it.
I mean, I think we both have had it instilled that the arcane is to be respected and handled with care, and I think our dear Silas is a good example of what could happen if not.
Do you think carrying the Crackerjack could have any type of
like second-hand effect?
tertiary effects of working with it?
I can't say for sure either way.
I mean, I think if you were, there's no definitive answer, I think, but I feel like it would be different if we were more actively working with the raw part of it than it being in a lead box that's
Right.
kind of with us.
The lead box certainly helps with the peace of mind there, and well, as I said, this is charged.
Yeah, it's fairly volatile.
But the actual charging of it, or the use of that charge, is far more dangerous than just keeping it in our possession, I think. Why do you ask?
Working with such powerful magics that the Melos crafted, took its toll on my family. And, well, they were rewarded for their efforts. They are also paying for their service in other ways, and I'm just uneducated in what they endured. So you having the closest connection I have to anybody on the inside of the Melos.
Are they okay?
Yes. From my understanding, yes.
Well, I can't say that what we do is anything like protecting the security of the
No.
construction of the training line.
I feel like the scale that they were working on is rather large.
It
And
could also have just been the Ashen Veil of anything as well.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about things that I have no knowledge of myself.
No, but I feel like whoever, in a way, I understand what you're saying, and whoever is maybe involved in the contraband that we're dealing with has probably either started feeling those consequences or very much will at one point. Not comparing the two, but I'm just saying with the level of the arcane that you're dealing with.
And
Because I feel like what we're dealing with is on a different kind of level.
But even what we're dealing with, there's clearly the psychological toll both of us have experienced. So
But I don't think anyone expected when they sent us out that this was what we were going to find.
No.
We were trained more in the old technologies that we're supposed to bring in and make sure the order is protecting, rather than new things that they probably haven't even imagined.
if there's anything we can do to help, though, we will.
No, don't worry yourself with this. It's being handled. It's being addressed, but I don't want to. If there's an opportunity for me to learn something out here that I didn't have at home, I want to bring it back with me. If that means a conversation with you folks or with somebody more knowledgeable about living this far from the city. Would entertain an audience of that. Dorothy, you understand the nature of life in a different way.
Do?
Is there anything you can offer in the knowledge of, I don't know, exposure to harmful substances or areas of the world that could harm someone?
Maybe. I don't want to pry too much, but what did happen to them, Aaron?
They're sick. It's all they'll say. And I am rather certain that their lives are being cut short day by day by day. And it's uncertain what their future holds. The future is always uncertain. But it's been weighing on my mind ever since I left.
I'm so sorry.
And the order just thinks they can pay them off for the service, for their lives.
No. That's not at all the case. There was a risk that they knew was part of the assignment. It was their choice to endure this, but I'm living with their choice, and as their son, I feel an obligation to do something, if anything possible.
Sorry, friend.
I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm looking for action.
I don't think we have any action to offer, so take the sympathy for now, and if we can, we will help.
Can I ask? You keep saying they were protecting. What from?
In the Vale, they left the Saros Manor as soon as the walls were ready, and they walked into the wilderness and exposed themselves to great danger, unknowingly, blind almost, for the greater cause of restoring the world to a place that could be inhabited, so that this city that we are in right now could thrive. It's, it's guarded, it's protected. Nobody wants to speak of what happened, but it's having real world consequences, and, well, I can't go home without addressing it. So I figured it had to come up some.
Did
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Did they tell you anything about anything that they experienced particularly that might have?
Couldn't bring myself to ask for specifics. It's one thing to see ones you care for decaying or dying. It's not that severe. It's hard to approach it in a way that's sensitive while also
I don't have an answer for you, and well, if anybody would, it's the role keepers, but they are also very tight-lipped about certain things. Less tight-lipped are the politicians who attended dinner parties, and racking my brain, I can't think back to any one particular instance hearing anything like this, but I kept journals my entire childhood of what was discussed at these dinners, and I'd have to go looking, and it might take some time, but we can... I have expressed a little bit of my doubt before, but I can't shake the feeling that the Order likes to keep things covered up, things like this. If I have any kind of notes or reference or any connections back home I can call on, I will.
I would say thank you, but
Well, there's
I
nothing
don't-
to thank yet.
I don't need just yet. If the Order is trying to keep it close, then just as we've discovered, if you go asking questions, they might try and stamp you out. If it's not too much to ask on this topic, defer to me for action.
Sure.
Of course.
Because I don't want to betray any agreements or contracts or alliances that they arrange themselves to award me this life event. Of course.
We wouldn't want to put you in a situation. So.
And I know better than to go around asking questions of the Order. That's part of where my doubt comes from.
Thank you.
So, I'm very sorry to hear what you're dealing with. I'm grateful you've chosen to share.
Thank you and, for sharing, and I'm sorry I brought them up earlier.
It's a natural curiosity. I don't blame you for any of this. It's
It's hard.
it was bound to come out, and well, you both are products of their work in a way, and
Interesting way to put it.
well, the school, and therefore
Yeah, of course.
your
No, I understand.
education through them. So, in a way, I see a reason for their efforts in you two.
Thank you.
But I want to.
Well, let's just make sure their efforts weren't in vain then, shall we?
Absolutely.
And, we'll see what we can do. On your world, of course.
Thank you. Yes. So, if you don't mind my frivolity this evening, it's
No, not at all. It's just a different errand than what we've experienced.
On that dip. On the back end of the night now.
Are you okay? I'm fine. Okay.
Are you sure we won't be putting them out? Coming to stay?
No, I imagine company would be a breath of fresh air. I'll try and send word ahead of time so that they can prepare some rooms.
We'd love to meet them.
Absolutely. And I guess we owe them our thanks.
Yeah.
They'll tell you it was nothing. They'll tell you it was a simple act of kindness.
I'd expect nothing less. Knowing you. But try to rest your mind.
I think you can see why I'm so set on apprehending Dr. Sarah.
I think we're all set there. But we all have our own reasons.
I've not forgotten about that, but I'm looking for her everywhere.
Trust me too.
While this is kind of going on, even though she said nothing was wrong, I kind of want to offer my hand out to Jalak.
They're very.
On a different subject. While we're in town, next time we're in the market district, I've decided I'd like to pick up some cartography tools and start
Start
properly
mapping.
mapping our travels. And
That would be great.
That sounds very fun.
I've got my sketches, but they're not to
Especially for
scale,
you.
and
Just to have a better idea
Of
of
where
the
we
layout.
are.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that'd be good. And we don't know what the Aetherpark has, so we can't just depend on them having maps. And if we can bring maps, I mean, talk about adding value.
Mm-hmm.
Zyke, okay.
Actually, how are you doing, buddy?
Throughout all of that, I've been staring at the fireplace through the water, just kind of watching it flicker, and at this point, kind of like leaning into the dizziness, because that's all you can really do at this point. And I'm gonna let my ears wander from conversation to conversation to whatever's happening in this bar. I don't know how busy it is, but
It is very quiet at this time of the morning.
We've gotten to that point.
so I guess, yeah, every now and again I'll just flick over to the table, not fully grasping what's going on, but I don't know, just taking a moment to process everything that's been going on and thinking a lot about the song bearer, thinking a lot about Duathi's family and these weirdos. But yeah, just riding the whiskey wave.
I think he's going to be all right. He'll get to sleep it off.
Yeah.
I'll make sure he gets that little rest and food in the morning. Okay.
You know, my mother used to say there's 3 things that can hold your attention pretty much indefinitely as a person. One is people watching. One is fire, and the other is waterfalls. So we never really got to see the waterfalls, but I think he's enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people watching. We got the other 2.
I think the city, the central market, is where most of that is to be held.
Well, I mean, I got what I came for, and I'm not going to finish this. If anybody would like,
I'll try some.
that'd be so.
This is cider, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
But first time tonight, I'll take a big swig of it.
Yeah. I've finished my wine and assumed that Icon is not drinking his. So I've just started drinking his glass.
Yeah, I'll do the
Working
same.
your way through the bottle over the course
Well,
of the
pour.
conversation.
I will definitely
Half
pour
and
another
half.
one. Yeah.
And yeah, for your first taste, it is not misspelled cider. It is still very good.
Okay.
A lot drier.
Eventually, the cards come out. Anybody care
Oh,
for a
it's
game?
cards time.
Well, okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not much of a Picard Smith, but why not?
I don't know how.
I promise no trick.
So,
Start just shuffling up, dealing a simple game of. Oh, we play.
what can we play?
Yeah. What can we play?
D&D card game number
Three
5.
Three Dragon Antes.
Yeah, I
Dragon
would say that's the
Ante.
one. Like, yeah, play some Three Dragon Ante.
We should probably after this go home.
Yeah.
But I would love to learn how to play.
Well, let's play together the first
Okay.
round.
That works.
As you're taught a game of cards, play a couple of rounds. The night and the morning continue on. As you are accompanied by the occasional pulsing of the light coming through the windows. Eventually, you are the only ones in the room. Aside from Leora, who's standing ever watchful.
We should probably get home.
Yeah.
I'll go get Aiken, we're going to go home now.
Good.
You're not the main one. I'm not nearly as strong as you are, and I cannot be a bear anymore, but you know.
I just feel tired. I know.
Get you to sleep. Alright.
Nice warm trance coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
On the way out, I'd like to thank Leoro and the cider was delicious. You said it's locally brewed.
It is, yes.
Would it happen to be perched?
It is.
Excellent. Do they do tours of their?
You can imagine go and visit them. They're just outside of the southern gates. Southeastern will be like
Southeastern Gate. Excellent. Thank you very much. And
Well,
I'm so sorry for keeping you up late. I'll just hand over a silver.
much appreciated, but it is no trouble at all.
So lovely. Be well.
As yourself.
Head out the door.
Izzy is very much attentive, and you catch a glimpse of the pointed ear under the hair. So, you know,
He
Good
doesn't
at
need
staying
to
up.
sleep.
You're right.
Daddy elf.
as you head on out, there's a short walk to a second bridge. You can see the original one you had crossed over. These two are within maybe a block and a half distance from each other. As you take in the night, and you notice that this bridge creates the wall that was part of the docks where you first came with the lock jumper.
Yo.
Now having come full circle, partially full circle of the entire city. You are now reoriented and you know your way back. Keep on walking through and you get to the central market. It is quiet. All of the stalls are closed up or gone. Continuing your way over, you catch a glimpse of where the cart is resting for the night. You see no gentleman seated, but as you walk, you do notice a pair of well-suited, fully leather armor, sword at their side, a pair of city guards. It's a short walk back from here. But all in all, it takes from the cliffside to the Tired Tinker. 45-minute walk from start to finish.
That's a
Great
perfect
walk
That's-
for you.
yeah.
That's
That's the perfect amount of walk.
Yeah.
Alright.
Where the soft glow from the windows of the Tired Tinker. There's no rubble or chatter or conversation. As you open the door, there's a very tired-looking red dragonborn behind the counter. and with his lazy eyes, gives you a nod. You make your ways upstairs to your rooms. Zachary was in his own with Johnson.
Mm-hmm. He's next door to us.
Secret knock. Or we leave.
No, let's leave him. Hopefully he's sleeping.
You don't need to check on your boy. It's okay.
I just, what could I yeah. It's easier for me to not imagine what's going on.
Aren't. We'll call.
Let him sleep.
Is that a long day?
The start of the rest of his life is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Maybe don't phrase it like that for him.
he knows.
He's aware.
Let's get you in bed and get you to get ready for a trance and things.
Good night, friends.
Good night.
Good night.
And as you each go into your own room in the Tired Tinker, another heavy day ahead, knowing you're going to get Zachary to the forge. Is where we're going to end tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we just had a night of drinking.
Thank you so very much for joining us in the bar crawl adventure.
Yes.
We are going to be back again next week, 7 p.m. Pacific, to continue on another day in this fantastic city. But in the meantime, we're about to head over to our Discord for a post-show hangout where we can talk about what's going on, express our feelings, just have a good
All
time.
our
A lot of unexpected feelings.
We don't see you there. Have a fantastic week. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.